Can you take me higher, yeah, to a place where blind man see? Voice of an angel? I don't know. I would tend to disagree, but it's against popular opinion. So we'll just go with what the crowd says, and it's the voice of an angel. Now, I'm doing a review today, but it's going to be completely honest. Okay, I'm not here to pump you. I'm not here to lie. As you know, I can never tell a lie. I was burdened with that at a very young age. In fact, when I came out of my mother's womb, a bright light came to me and said, "You shall never lie." Now, was that Jesus? Was that Muhammad? I can't tell you that. All I know is that I've stuck to that for my entire life, and I cannot lie. So this will be an honest review. And by the way, if you ever find yourself doing a blind taste test for whatever reason, don't do one of these. You know where the shit is. Put your hand on the shit and eat it, okay? We're starting with this one. What is it? I have no idea. I spun the plate around. I couldn't tell you. First of all, dry as frick. And by the way, I might curse in this video. I'm going to try not to. But if you have kids, put them in the garage for 10 minutes. Got it? Okay. Super dry. No seasoning. No condiments. No cheese. If you eat hamburgers, you're either 92 or mentally disabled. Okay. Jesus. It's like the Sahara in my mouth. And don't put cheese on it? Are you dumb? Okay. Okay. I can tell you right there, that was the fake burger. Yup. It's easy. You can taste the difference. You know why? Because it tastes like pomegranates. Okay? If you know me, you know I'm a health nut. You know that I spend most of my days at the gym, trying to eat healthy, doing what I can to stay in shape, okay? If you're gonna be a vegan, which is absolutely senile, if you're gonna be a vegan, hey, eat an apple. Eat a salad. Splurge and have some fish, okay? But if you're talking about meat, you eat the meat. You know why? I'll tell you why. And here, like I said, this is going to be an honest review. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to pump you, okay? It does its job, okay? It tastes relatively good, but I could tell the difference very easily. We'll start with this. Ingredients in this, cow. That's it. Ingredients in this, water, yellow pea protein, avocado oil, brown rice protein, red lentil protein, cellulose, potato starch, pea starch, potassium lactate, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to spare you the rest of the sentences, okay? You got total fat, 14 grams, saturated fat, 2 grams, high in sodium, relatively high in carbohydrates for a meat product. Meat doesn't have carbs in it. You got some fiber from the plants, and yeah, good amount of protein. But this ain't the answer, okay? The thing is, what have I told you every single time that I get on one of these videos? The product does not matter. If some guy was selling headphones in a Subway and he had a stock and I knew it had interest in it, I'm buying it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if they sell drywall. I don't give a shit if they sell couch reupholstery. It doesn't matter to me. It never will. It never does in reality. What I do is I gauge the interest of a stock. I don't care about the product. When I was younger, when I first started trading, I used to do all types of DD. I used to go to, the last time I was at Whole Foods for a review, I was reviewing this like algae company or whatever that was supposed to be really healthy products, and they were sold in Whole Foods and blah, blah, blah. And I went to Whole Foods and they didn't have it. And I was up 300% in the stock, and I got so sucked into the DD. I was even talking to the CEO like we were sending each other's pictures and shit. She was a chick. And in the end, I ended up losing a fortune because I believed in the product. I believed in the story. I believed in the DD. And I got bent over backwards. And it wasn't by her. It was by the market. Okay? So now we jump into what matters. The product doesn't mean shit. Did I just spend $15 on those burgers that I'll never eat? I'll probably give to some homeless guy and he'll feed it to his cat, which his cat won't eat it. The cockroaches won't eat that shit. It's not real. It doesn't exist. It's in a lab. It's science. Hey, you know what I like? God's food. I don't like science food. It's just, do not buy that shit, okay? But this is what matters, okay? Here we go. Let me make myself smaller. Ladies, I'm sorry. I know you only get a few hours with me or a few minutes with me every couple weeks, but I'm going to have to make myself smaller. Sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, so we'll just jump. This is going to be real quick because remember, we don't need to know the ins and outs. We just need to know the interest, know the interest, know the interest. There is a tremendous amount of interest in this stock. In fact, it's the most interest I've seen in a stock since the GME squeeze. Same type of setup, same type of characters involved, same type of hype, same. On Reddit, it's the #1 search stock. Okay, so you got that going for you. On Twitter, every major player that I know of is in on it, whether they're in already or whether they're going to get in on Monday. Shout out to TT Stocks for bringing it in front of my attention. When I saw it, I said, obviously. It took me 10 seconds to look at the chart, to look at the boards, to look at what was going on, and said, okay, this is a heavy sizer position. Whether it's over the weekend or not, whether it's a bad market or not, there's going to be a lot of interest in this over the weekend. And guess what? There was. So just the basics, we're looking on OTC markets. This is somewhere where you can go and kind of like read into how many shares are in the structure, maybe look at their financials if you really want to, go to their news, company profile, like overview. Sometimes I'll look at shit like super simple charts like this because as you notice, when it comes down, it spikes. When it comes down, it spikes. When it comes down, it spikes. Well, where are we? We're down, and it's very far down. This is a little bit too far down. And why? Now, remember, this has nothing to do with the product. We're just going on basic fundamentals here. You got a market cap of 50 million. You have authorized shares of 500, so they can dilute. Your outstanding shares are 76 million. So that was last updated on 8/6. That was in August. Could they have ballooned from there? Maybe. I don't know. A lot of times they have a lot of debt instruments that don't make sense. You're never going to understand them, and they can do shit that you didn't think they could do. I just always assume that a company is diluting. So let's say they've diluted it up to 100 million. You're still sitting at what, like 60 million market cap? That's nothing. This stuff is sold in stores. They're in partnerships with like Taco Bell. I mean, people are into this crap. People really like this. It doesn't matter if I like it. It doesn't matter if I'm going to eat it. This is a very, very, very popular company. It's a big name. And you're sitting at 60 million market cap? Think about that for a second. It's worth way more than 60 million. It's worth multiples of 60 million. So that should reflect in the share price, right? So that's your basic fundamental DD. You look at how many shares are in the structure. You look at the market cap. Does it make sense? You find out how the stock performs. And to do that, you're going to go to the chart. So look, I mean, obviously they've had some distressing, probably some off. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but there's a reason for this drop. Okay. Whether it be, verge of, it's not on the verge of bankruptcy. I don't know exactly. Somebody can post under this video and let me know why they've had such a significant drop in the past, couple weeks to a month, but they fell from about $3 to 50 cents. Now currently sitting at 72.58 after hours, somewhere around there. So you're obviously getting a push. Now, let's go over the chart. You have gaps. Now, you have a gap at like $1. Usually they tend to stop around 110. That was the previous high of this drop. That could be a solid resistance. 1 will probably be an okay resistance. 85 is going to get smoked. Anybody that's saying, oh, it might get to 85, that's going to get smoked. There's way too much interest. Then if you get above that, your next gap is at like 2. Okay, that's a very realistic like maybe on the weekly, at some point this is going to hit $2. There's too much interest. You play the game. If it's at $2 and it's seeing a solid like amount of selling, and maybe the interest is dying down there, then maybe you take the $2. But if you still have significant movement, you still have significant price action in the northern direction, then you're looking at a gap fill at about 285. So let's say $3. You're currently at 70 cents. This is a major company that is heavily shorted. Okay, so those are your targets. 85, going to get blasted. $1, always a psychological barrier. 110, you got a gap fill there. Above that, you might be looking at the middle Bollinger Band on a push off, 144. Next over that is you're looking at 2. Next over that, you're looking at 3. And then after 3, all bets are off. It could go to 5. It could go to 300. I don't know. I'm going to play it as the market tells me. I'm not going to plan, like I said in one of my posts. Yeah, I know the levels in my head. So when I'm watching the price movement, I'm going to say, okay, 85, man, that got blown through. But 1 is, that's a tough one, it looks like. There's a lot of sellers here. And I might take my flip shares there. It might blow right through 110. But then I know in my head, 144 is that middle Bollinger Band. It's only 2 a.m. This might be time to take it here. So what I'm saying is, have a plan, but be willing to deviate from that plan because things change. You have to make adjustments in the moment. This is what most traders do not do. Again, this isn't a review to try and pump you into a stock and get you to think that it's going to $4 no matter what. I have no idea. It might dip at open on Monday. I don't know. I'm not God. But I do know that if it does dip, I'm going to be doubling up my shares. So, have a plan, execute it. My battery's about to die, so I got to move through here. Okay, so what do we got next? These are a few things that I got from Twitter. I mean, you have it blowing up on Reddit. Now, if you want to get deep into the DD, maybe you're that guy. You're going to read Capybara Stocks on Twitter. This is the guy, I believe that he was Roaring Kitty, big name, big investment here. He's the one that's going to get this rolling. He's the Reddit guy that's going to get this pumping. He was recently kicked off of Reddit for reasons that we all know because the shorts are in a trap here. They are in over their head here. They are reading the news over the weekend and they're not so excited as I am. They're very, very, very shook. So, you got to keep that in mind too, because these guys have friends on Wall Street and the SEC is not working for you, they're working for them. So keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. Because look at what they did to GME. I mean, they ran and then they shut off the buy button. Could they do that here? They could do whatever the frick they want. Okay. So let me pull up these pictures. So yeah, you have Reddit users are signaling a possible short squeeze in Beyond Meat, squeezing Ken Griffin, known hedge fund manager. The stock is now the most shorted in the U.S. Short interest is 80% with over 9 million FTDs and an $800 cost to borrow. The company is set to announce major news on Monday. That's another thing. Now, if this news comes out and it's not massive, if it's not like something spectacular, it could be a sell the news event. But it also, you never know with news. It could be the biggest bullshit news and still send it $4. So you have to watch how the market reacts. Give it a couple minutes. If it tanks immediately on the news, that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen in the future. Let it level out. See how the market reacts to it. Not the initial reaction, because that can always be volatile and not make sense. Wait for the market to catch on. If it continues north, then you're in a good place. If it starts to really sell off, you might be in trouble. So when the news comes out on Monday, gauge it. Sometimes it can be the gayest news and still get a massive run. Sometimes it can be $1 billion industry news and get tanked to the hell of the earth, the core of the earth, and with the magma and the devil and all of his demons. Okay, so you just gauge it and don't get anxious. Don't get, flustered. Keep your cool. This is why you should never invest what you're not willing to lose, because you will make emotional mistakes. Okay? Spitting flames, spitting facts. BYND is the most mentioned ticker on Reddit right now. That's usually a sign before things go crazy. Next week could get wild. Agreed. Okay? BYND, what else we got? Now this is from Stock. Eva. She's a great trader. She's always like, she knows what she's doing. Added 2 board members from Butata Capital Advisors LLC, a firm known for turnarounds in distressed companies. This is reminding me of Open. Now, that is what this is being compared to. Is it going to act directly or comparatively like it? I don't know. But Open did like what, $2 to $10? This could have a similar run, yes. It's oversold. There's a lot of hype. The chart is very, very low. I mean, what's your downside here? 50 cents from 70? I mean, that's if all hell breaks loose. That's like if we get a chapter 11 on Monday. That ain't happening. So what's your upside? Your upside is 10, 20, 50, 100, 500% here. This is why I like this stock. This burger, look, it even broke apart like not real meat, okay? My cleaning lady just got here. She's a stud. My floors are spotless. I give her the 13-minute rule on this bad boy. It's fine, okay? It tastes like meat, okay? Kinda. I still taste the pomegranate in it. I see why there's pomegranates in it. But if you're going to eat a burger, eat a burger. If you're going to eat a plant, eat parsley. Like, what are you... Like, this is not real. This is chemicals. But guess what is real? The interest in this company, in this stock. Stocky go uppy, stocky go downy. Who cares about the product?